If an axolotl salamander loses a limb, it doesn't leave a permanent scar. It regrows the entire leg, bone, muscle, and nerve, perfectly intact. Regrowing tissue is impressive, but the real mystery is the stop signal. At a specific moment, the cells know that the job is finished. This is anatomical homeostasis. The body maintains a physical set point, a target shape, and it actively corrects any deviation from that target. To hit a target this specific, the system must have a reference. The salamander's body is holding on to an active physical memory of its final shape. We are told the complete 3D blueprint for our bodies is locked inside our DNA. But look at the actual output. DNA encodes the creation of proteins. It provides the raw hardware, the individual bricks. In this empty space where we expect an architectural plan, the genome is silent. If the genome only provides the bricks, where is the software that knows how to build the house? There's an overlooked layer of programmable instructions in biology that tells the hardware what to do. Long before brains evolved, life used an ancient cellular communication network, bioelectricity. These are gap junctions. They act as tiny physical hatches between neighboring cells, allowing them to directly share ions and stress molecules. Because they share these signals so freely, a single cell cannot distinguish its own internal state from its neighbors. They enter a mind meld, blurring the lines between individual identities. When one cell is far from its target shape, it leaks that stress signal to the entire tissue. The collective network now feels that error as its own, forcing the entire system to align toward a single goal. This bioelectric network is the cognitive glue. It transforms solitary cells into a unified, problem-solving intelligence. To see this intelligence in action, researchers created the Picasso tadpole. They scrambled the satial organs of a frog embryo, placing eyes on its back and the mouth off to the side. The cells didn't just stay where they were put. They migrated across the embryo in novel, unnatural paths until they reached the correct configuration for a frog face. Genetics didn't provide a hardwired script for this specific scenario. Instead, the bioelectric software calculated the distance from the target goal and corrected the error. The software steers the physical hardware back on course, even when the starting conditions are completely broken. The planaria flatworm is a master of regeneration. Cut one into pieces, and a single middle fragment will grow a new head and tail every time. By mapping the electrical signatures in these worms, Michael Levin's lab identified the signal that says, "build a head." They duplicated that voltage pattern and pasted it onto the tail end. Crucially, they did not alter the worm's DNA. The genetic hardware was left completely untouched. Yet, when the worm was cut, the unchanged hardware followed the new bioelectric instructions. It grew a second head where the tail should be. By editing the bioelectric memory, we've shown that the supposedly fixed design of a body is actually a flexible, reprogrammable state. This perspective reframes cancer as a failure of communication. It is a breakdown of the bioelectric cognitive glue. It starts when a rogue cell actively closes its gap junctions and completely electrically isolates itself from its neighbors. Disconnected from the collective memory, the cell's awareness shrinks. It forgets it belongs to a larger organ and reverts to a selfish state, treating the rest of the body as an environment to be consumed. Levin's team intervened by using bioelectricity to artificially force these cancer cells in frogs to reconnect to the tissue network. Once reintegrated, the cells remembered they were part of a larger collective. They stopped multiplying and resumed building normal tissue. Cancer is a reversible software bug, a communication problem solved by restoring the collective mind of the tissue. We are moving away from the old view that human beings are just blind mechanical clocks driven by genetic determinism. Instead, we see that we are multi-scale collective intelligences run by flexible, programmable software. Mastering this bioelectric code provides a path to curing disease and regenerating complex damage, giving us control over the very forms that life can take.